back. I'm always here, guys. Every day. Every step of the way, bruh. You know we do it. You know how we doozy. You know how we doozy in the jacuzzi, bruh. Alright. Why is every movie flopping? Serial killer. Tin Bin Fu. Bro, you weren't gonna. That's. Dude, this is too funny. Alright, hold on. Let's get some.
Oh, pass interference! Interference!
Stan, where are you going?
I shall return. Do not attempt to stop me.
Told you, kids got demons. I don't do that.
I don't even remember doing this! Just leave me alone!
A nice one, Stotch! Your castle fucking sucks!
Go to hell, you griefer!
Stan, aren't you supposed to be in school?
No, Dad, we don't need school anymore. We're forming a startup company.
A startup company? A company that does what?
No, we don't want to do anything.
Yeah, that's why we want to have a startup company. Yeah, we're sick of school, but all the good attention-getting startup company names are taking.
Well, boys, there's more to starting a company than having a catchy name.
No, there isn't.
Said burn, you bastard! What are you doing? My farm!
Son of a bitch!
Did you not know, or did you just not care? Key off!
Key off.
Hey, bros, what's going on? This is Cotton. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Yo, what is going on with Twitter right now?
Oh, crap! Who could that be? Oh, it's probably fucking Stan. Hang on a second, bud. Come on in.
Oh, hey, Stan, what's up?
His wife is having sex with a neighbor.
I'm just trying to earn some extra holiday cash.
Or maybe you're just too stupid to realize what you've gotten yourselves into.
That's enough!
Our only chance of surviving this year's sale is by sticking together.
Those of you who signed up are to be commended.
But I warn you, do not underestimate the battle that's about to take place outside those doors. Winter is coming.
What about power bars? The power bars?
Yes!
Hamburger helper?
That's all gluten!
Oh, there's hot dog buns in that cupboard, Sharon!
Hey, Dad, I need to talk to you about this party we're having.
Oh my god, the wheat thins!
The Triscuits too, Randy!
Wait, I might need those.
This stuff will make your dick fly off, Stan!
Don't forget the freezer!
Oh god!
Randy, whose are these?
I don't know, why?
Why? Because there's fishnet stockings inside your jeans?
In my jeans.
Randy, do you have something to tell me?
Yeah, I do.
And when her husband comes home, he wants more than just a divorce.
Put it back in.
You guys are watching murder porn?
Murder porn? Stan, this is just an investigative crime show.
Adults like documentaries.
Yes, Stan, these are based on real things. This is like news. It's informative. Parents like informative stuff.
Okay.
Oh, we missed the murder!
yeah.
Did he cut them up?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. You got any extra of that? Oh, thanks. Gets a little boring around here, you know? Enjoy the boredom while you can.
Oh no.
So you worked here last winter? You worked on Black Friday? I did. Is it really as bad as they say it is?
He's just giving people money.
Chicken nuggets, breaded, frozen burritos, flour, ice cream. What about ice cream?
I don't know! Look at the ingredients!
Heavy cream, sugar, chocolate syrup. No, ice cream's good for you.
All right, that's all of
You
it!
sure? All right, you got those?
I can get both of these, yeah!
All right, come on.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if I can keep doing this. My wife is starting to suspect something. I had to tell her I just like the way fishnets feel. Now, I know your wife means a lot to you, Randy, but you can't leave us hanging. You've got the purest shit out there, and it's worth a lot to us. You think you're gonna get a good product when I can't even think? How many times have you said, I think I've lost it, and everything turned out to be okay?
7. Some like their murder with a side of sexy biscuits on Southern Fried Homicide. But now, get ready for lust, betrayal, and murder on Hot Load Case Files.
Oh, yeah, 3 of the best shows in a row!
Is the lube over there?
Yeah, I got lube right here.
Well, get over here, big guy.
Yeah. The shoppers started showing up at midnight on Thursday. They didn't line up, they just crammed themselves near the main entrance. I could see their faces smushed up against the glass, licking their lips, waiting to get in. God, the sounds that they made. It was 5 a.m. when they opened the doors. They were screaming. Blood. People tearing each other's faces off while holiday music played in the background. Yes?
Hello, sir. We've had word of a possible gluten exposure in your home. May we come in?
Gluten? Oh, not here.
Can we come in, please?
Well, sure.
What's going on?
Well, that's just a beer.
Oh, Jesus.
Every time. Every time. Come on. Get back to work and see. If you get panicked again, call me. Yeah. Yeah, I will. Yeah.
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy, bro.
Miranda Sings is the most vile and disgusting creator on this entire platform. In case you don't know Miranda Sings, her real name is Colleen Ballinger, and she got famous on YouTube by posting astonishing and incredible music videos like this.
I don't mean to brag, but I be like putting in the bag. When you see them rags, they stack up like my butt. Look at me, I'm a pregnant queen. Baby's coming soon, my porn key.
Yeah, I don't know how this actually worked out for her, but somehow this woman has managed to get 20 million subscribers on 3 different YouTube channels, and she even had her own Netflix show a few years back.
The usual.
I just uploaded a video to the internet.
Can't wait to go home and see it.
It's real good.
However, she's recently been exposed as a flat-out EDP 445.
Well, I was actually coming out here to pick up a cupcake and then go back home.
Now, this is especially problematic because the target audience for the kind of content she makes is children.
Just collapse.
And given the amount of undeniable evidence in this case scenario, these aren't just allegations. Miranda being referred to as a child groomer and a predator is simply the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and I can say with 100% confidence that this woman belongs in prison, and I have the receipts to prove it. So first things first, let's go through the evidence against Miranda, and I also want to discuss some of the lesser known things that nobody is really talking about, because the rabbit hole regarding Colleen's actions, both on and off YouTube, are actually far far worse than what I've seen anyone showing in their videos about her. And then, of course, we're gonna have to get into her apology video, which is by far, not even close, the worst YouTube video I've ever seen. I genuinely believe her apology video is 10 times worse than Logan Paul's fake apology video from a few years back.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Damn, he looks young.
To be forgiven.
And I'm not even joking when I say that, unfortunately. You'll get what I'm saying once we get into the video. But first, let's see what Miranda did to put herself in this position in the first place.
I was 14, 15, and Colleen, I wrote that I was having a Q&A, a YouTube Q&A, and Colleen Ballinger, the 31-year-old, comments and goes, Adam, you need questions for your Q&A? Are you a virgin? To a 14, 15-year-old. And then furthermore goes on and says, what's your favorite sexual position? What's your favorite position?
So, as we all know, that's a totally normal question for a 31-year-old human being to be asking a 14-year-old child. This woman is totally not a predator at all.
Are you serious?
No, I'm not serious, actually.
But dude, this is ridiculous. This dude needs to be in a fucking cage. Put him in a cage!
Now, as we're going through these, just keep in mind, I don't think any of these things individually would definitively classify someone as a full-on predator and child groomer. However, when you combine them all, it's quite fair to say this woman is a full-on PDF file.
So this is my most sexiest panties that I have. They're stripes, if you can see. Most panties are just plain white, but I like living on the edge.
And I also want to preface this by saying I think people in general look at this situation differently because it's a woman doing the exploitation and grooming, but I don't think that's fair at all, to be honest. I think the sexual exploitation of minors in any possible way is absolutely and utterly disgusting and unacceptable in any way, male or female, and I would hope we can all agree on that. For example, there's this picture from one of her live shows which shows what looks to be a 4 or 5-year-old boy sticking his hand down Miranda's pants, which is just a straight up crime. This is not satire, it's not funny, it's not a bit, this is criminal. If this were like Keemstar, for example, at a live show, he'd probably be banned from YouTube just for this one photo. And the worst part about this is the fact that she posted this to Facebook herself. Someone else didn't expose her and post this. And she does this type of weird stuff at her live shows consistently, hidden behind the premise of satire or comedy.
I just recently announced that I'm having a little boy. There's a tiny little penis in there.
Alright.
Is that weird?
Whoa, what a crazy person. Oof. Oh, we got the Whatever podcast companion. Episode 3. Definitely need to be notified. Should I get Fortnite going? I'm gonna just get it going. What they don't tell you about Iraq. Give me liberty, or give me something else. Damian Lillard said, "Take me to Miami, I want to be by the beach." You still gotta ask yourself if that whole bar is gonna be enough.
Let me go fuck a nigga. Let me go fuck a nigga.
What is it?
Let me me go fuck a nigga.
Oh my god.
Let me go fuck a nigga.
Why you come to me telling me I'm taking, watch how much street I take? You ask the white people that?
I ask everybody that. You don't
Okay,
have no
don't ask Kabuki Marcus Garvey, nigga. Are you ready to fight, nigga? Don't ask me shit, nigga, about no dog food, bitch, nigga. You ain't asking no white person about none of this, nigga. Don't ask Marcus Garvey grandson about nothing, boy. Bum ass security, nigga, about dog. Don't take too much food. You ask the white people that? You ask the white people that, boy? You in East New York doing this shit, man. East New York, man. Every time they... Why you come to me telling me I'm taking, watch how much treat I take? You ask the white people that?
I really didn't want to make this video, but I've seen too many racist comments in my post, so I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna have to say it. A lot of boomer Asians, a lot of Asians abroad.
Boomer Asians.
Fuck that water, bro. Fuck that water. That's what I'm on. That's what the fuck I'm on, bro. Get your shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm on, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, fuck that water. Fuck that water, bro. Fuck that water. That's what I'm on. That's what the fuck I'm on, bro. Get your shit. Yeah, that's what the fuck I'm on, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead. No, fuck that water. Fuck that water, bro. Fuck that water. That's what I'm on.
Dude, why did he get rid of his only hydration source? Bro, trying to sneak in 5'11".
She had an issue up here about my grandson being in a dress. I mean, I'm trying to see what the issue is about that.
Okay, you'll have to talk to Dara.
Who's
the
Dara?
Director. She's down in the other classroom.
Is she the one that was in charge of the kids while my grandson?
I was, but I can't talk to you.
Why?
Because you're not on the form. So we'll have to get Dara up here and see if she will let you. I mean, talk to you about it.
I mean, first of all, I'm coming down here because we don't do that. The transgender and all that, you know, we don't do that.
I understand. I don't either.
And I don't appreciate you encouraging him to put on no dress for the second day too. I don't appreciate that. And don't think this is going away. I'm going further with this.
Okay, you can go down and talk.
No, I'm not done talking to you. I'm letting you know the next time that you put any kid in a dress, we're gonna make you go viral.
Okay, you need to go talk to my director. Is it? I, as a teacher.
No, I'm letting you know I got an issue with you about that. I'm not playing with you.
I'm sorry that you feel that way.
Yeah, I'm sorry that you feel that way. But you should have called me before you made the decision to put my grandson in a dress.
Okay, you can speak.
No, I'm speaking to you.
He don't want no Lil Nas X, bro.
I wouldn't be up here if you wouldn't put my grandson in
don't want no Lil
dress.
Nas X going on with his grandson, bro.
No, I'm taking it up with you. Give me that motherfucking juice, boy. Give me that motherfucking juice, boy. Give me that motherfucking juice, boy.
motherfucking juice, boy.
Dame Lillard should absolutely 100% not be traded to Miami. If you've been on social,
This. Here comes one more time. And the clock will start when you make your first step. Good luck. Let's hear it, crowd. I mean, guys, he got you a t-shirt. You guys are victorious. Come on back. Take another look.
I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I said I waited for 3.5 years. The white man did it in 1 week. We got to get our act together. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I said I waited for 3.5 years. The white man did it in 1 week. We got to get our act together.
The movie was very realistic.
White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I said I waited for 3.5 years. The white man did it in 1 week. We got to get our act together. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1 week. I said I waited for 3.5 years. The white man did it in 1 week.
Oxford studied the movie. Oh no, someone's just saying it's like that. Okay, hold on. What's it called? A24? I don't think that's it. Oh.
I waited for 3.5 years. White man did it in 1.
It's called Pass.
I waited for 3.5 years.
What's the movie?
White man did it in 1 week. I waited for 3.5
girl's
years.
so
White man
mad.
did it
Like,
in 1
why
week.
is he
I said I
tripping?
waited for 3.5 years.
So if you haven't seen it, my review of Past Lives is actually an ad on TikTok now, which I am very, very excited for. Thank you to A24. If you want to hear some of my thoughts about the film, you should watch the video that's pinned on my page. And I also want to say that Past Lives is out now nationwide. You should highly see it. And really, this is just a simple video to say thank you to everyone who's followed me, anybody who's supported.
Past Lives is the best movie of 2023. Yes, that's a big statement, but it's true, and it finally has a wide release this week. If you don't know the plot, it's pretty simple. What if the person you were in love with when you were young reappears at a later time in your life, after you've married, after you've seemingly moved on? And that's it. Two people reconnecting. A lot of the movie is people just walking and talking around New York, but its simplicity is why it's so moving. Is it sad? Yes. How sad? That depends on the person. I thought it was devastating. There were many people crying in my theaters. It can hit like a truck. Greta Lee and Teo Yoo give some of the best performances of the entire year. Like, so good, they're burned into your brain and you're thinking about them weeks after the movie ended. And the movie is just a beautiful exploration of fate and chance and what if, which is why I think a lot of people relate to this movie on a deep and personal level. Maybe too personal. But it's why people are falling in love with this movie. So many people can see so much of themselves in these perfectly written characters. But it's also why people are leaving the theaters in tears. So, you have been warned. It's a love story, it's an immigrant story, it's a coming-of-age story. The way all these aspects are balanced by the director Celine Song is nothing short of masterful. Especially for a debut feature film. So if you can see Past Lives, go see Past Lives. It's my favorite movie of the year. It'll easily be in my top 10.
Bro, I kind of want to just like skip through the movie, not really watch it. Let's see, spoilers.
For anyone who likes their love stories so gut-wrenchingly sad they make you feel like you're gonna throw up, boy, do I have the film for you. You've probably heard at least one person mention Past Lives.
Alright guys, we're gonna watch past lives.
Is he attractive?
I think so. He's really masculine in this way that I think is so Korean.
Are you attracted to him?
What'd you say?
Masculine
Korean?
in this way that I think is so Korean. He's really masculine in this way that I think is so Korean.
Are you attracted to him?
I don't think so. I don't know. I mean, I don't think so. He was just this kid in my head for such a long time. And then he was just this image on my laptop. And now he is a physical person. It's really intense, but I don't think that that's attraction. I think I just missed him a lot. I think in his soul.
Did he miss you?
I think he missed the 12-year-old crybaby he knew a long time ago.
You were a crybaby?
Yeah. Most of the time, he'd have to just stand there and watch me.
When is he leaving again?
Oh. Alright. I wonder if we can, like...
The new film, Past Lives, might sound like a love triangle. It's about a woman living in New York with her husband who meets up again with a man she knew and loved long ago as a girl in South Korea. But rather than a story about a woman choosing between two possible partners, it's really a study of how she tries to understand both the path she took and the many paths she didn't. The movie is from first-time writer-director Celine Song, and already it's a festival favorite. I'm Linda Holmes, and today we're talking about Past Lives on Pop Culture Happy Hour from NPR. Joining me today is Regina Kim. She's a freelance writer focusing on Korean pop culture and AAPI issues. Welcome back to the show, Regina.
Thanks for having me again.
And also with us is film critic and writer Carlos Aguilar. Carlos, it's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Spoilers. Let's movie review. Yeah, let's do movie review.
What is going on, movie fans, and welcome back to my channel, Movie Files. Elliot here today with a brand new review, and today we're talking about the new A24 romantic drama by the name of Past Lives. Now, this film premiered at Sundance earlier this year, so a lot of great things being said about it, and I was so excited to see it. I got a chance to see it earlier today because a couple weeks ago we had a special screening and I wasn't able to attend, so I said to myself, once this is available, I gotta see this film. I'm just a mere 2-3 hours away from having seen the film, having left that theater emotionally wrecked. And we will get into why I was in that emotional state here in today's spoiler-free review. But first, I want to talk to y'all in the comment section. Let me know if you've heard of Past Lives and if you were excited to check it out. But more importantly, once you've seen it, let's talk about it. What did you like or maybe dislike about the film? What did you think about the direction, the story, the performances? Were you able to relate to the characters? Were you able to get emotional to the story? Did you not like the film? Let's talk about that in the comments below. So for me personally, I'm a big A24 fan. Not all their movies work for me, but the thing I love about A24 and why they're my favorite studio, they take risk. Even though all the risks don't always work, I love when a studio takes risks on their projects. You know, they house a lot of independent films, and I like to go into a lot of A24 films as blind as possible. Now, again, I had heard great things about it out of Sundance. I had seen snippets of the trailer and the teaser, you know, for previews when I went into other movies. I really stayed away from like, okay, locking into what is this story all about. So I went into it blind. Honestly, I came out of it blind because my eyes were damn near hard to see because I was crying so much. We'll get into that here in a bit, but let's talk about the director here. The writer and director of this film goes by Celine Song. Now, Celine's making her directorial debut.
Bro, let's talk
What
about the movie.
It's a quintessential, your first crush, your first love. 12 years old. Foremost, she did such a great job of crafting this emotional experience because the story's pretty simple. Again, not giving too much away, but we meet our two main characters at a very young age. They're like 10 or 12 years old. They're in Korea, and this is a quintessential your first crush, your first love. This is the person you're going to be with for the rest of your life. And we see this very just beautiful, young, just innocent relationship. But unfortunately, our character Nora and her family have to move from Korea to Toronto. We fast forward to 12 years. They're now in their early 20s. They find each other via Skype and they're rekindling their friendship, and it might turn into something more, but unfortunately something happens that makes them break apart again. We fast forward another 12 years. Now they're in their mid-30s, and at this point in their lives, one of our characters is in a relationship and another one of our characters is married. So this to me is something that I can personally relate to, and I'm sure you all can relate to it. What if, right? It's that lifelong question. What if I didn't go to Toronto? What if I didn't go to the military? What if I didn't get married? That is the core of this film, and it is just put together in such a way. It is a layered movie. It is an emotional movie. It is something that I think we can all relate to, and the director was able to capture all those feelings in such a perfect way. And again, this falls in the romantic drama category, but the movie, the director, the writing doesn't rely on the tropes that we've all seen before. Like, there's so much nuance going on here. So I just love the way it was put together, as well as the way it looks. The movie is gorgeous to look at. The cinematography, when we're in Seoul, when we're in Korea, when we're in New York, it captures just the essence of reality. This film felt so grounded. It felt so raw and honest, as well as just, we'll talk about the performances here in a second, but the characters, the environments felt lived in. Everything just felt raw. Everything just felt like we were in real time, which I really appreciated. The score was fantastic, but let me talk about these performances, and I want to talk about the lead of the movie, Greta Lee, who plays Nora. Now, Greta Lee is someone that I have been following for a while. I mostly see her in the comedic light. Like, she's been in New Girl, she's been in Girls, she's been in recently in The Morning. Real care, and we're able to just see her grow as a person, have these emotional moments, have the moments of regret through nuance in her. She cares. Fantastic is the character Hae Song, and Hae Song reminded me of myself. Our character Nora is married, and he respects that element of her being married. He doesn't. This is what I love about the film. There's no bad guys, no villain, because I'm going to talk about her husband here in a second, Nora. But I just love Hae Sung, and I just love the nuance in his performance, because there's a lot of moments that you would expect an actor to be like big and bombastic and angry and upset and having all these range of emotions. And this character has emotions, but he's able to convey that in a way where you can see all of what he's thinking within the eyes, the way he leans over, the way he's walking and talking and carrying himself. And it's just, man, such a great performance by both of our leads. But I also want to talk about John Magaro, who is the husband of Nora. And the thing I want to give props to John in this role as Arthur, he is the third wheel. Because again, just put yourself in the shoes. You fall in love with Nora, who again, when you see this movie, it's so easy to fall in love with her because she's such a likable person. She tells you that her young age crush is coming to visit her, and most of the time, a lot of men out there, the insecurities pop up where you're just like, no, I don't want you hanging out with your old love who you could have maybe married in a different lifetime. But he's like, no, experience that. And just seeing what he's able to convey in those moments. There's a scene at a bar with all of our characters, but in particularly the two men, and I just thought he gave such a great performances. So all of our characters were fantastic. The story reminded me so much of a film I saw a couple years ago because it's an experience that I shared at that time, and that was The Worst Person in the World, which was one of my favorite films of, what was it, 2021, 2022. This movie reminded me so much of that because at this point in my life, now I think this film could be watched at many different levels, teenagers, adults, you know, people, elderly people, but I think this film captures that essence of like being at a point in your life where you see things from like the what if perspective. What if I would have said no, I would have been nicer, I would have, you know, said this or did this. I'm at that point in my life now, and again, it's not like living in this life of regret, but you just think in your head like, what if I would have did this or that and the third? But you appreciate, you as you grow up and hopefully you mature, you can appreciate those moments, move on from those moments, learn from those moments. Maybe every film I was heartwarming, sincere, it's subtle, it's intimate, it's poignant, it has nostalgia, there's love, there's regret. It's just so much going on that I love within less than 2 hours. This is like an hour and 45 minutes, and I could have been there for 4 hours because I was just so ingrained, so in that, because I love with these films. I'm like, there has a release of that relationship, because we get to see Nora and her husband Arthur and their relationship, but we never really get to, not spending, you know, scenes of one with this couple, but I would have loved to have seen more moments of Hae Sung and his relationship with Nora was a reason why certain things played out. I'll just kind of leave it at that. But again, it wasn't in the movie. We don't spend the time with the parents. We don't spend the time with the relationship with Hae Sung and his girlfriend. But there's a reason because of that, because it's not purposeful. There's reasons we don't see that because it doesn't change the narrative. It's just something that I would have liked to have seen because I was just so much because they just did such a great job. So before I give you all my score, you know in the commentary, it is layered with reality of Greta's first time in the while being out of 5, a 10 out of 10. This movie was perfect, y'all.
All right, I
recommend you all give it a watch. And when you do, let me know your thoughts in the comments. What worked, what didn't work. Did you get teary-eyed? Like I said.
Here we go.
Emotional, and her and her husband kind of talk, and her husband Arthur is just a wonderful character. He is so understanding and feels so kind of like.
Let's just forget about this movie. Let's just take this out.
Is it true most of France's financial wealth right now is still built on
$500 billion a year
Wow.
from Africa?
from Africa.
Wow.
500. That's a lot
And
of
is
money.
it true that the deals are such that an African nation that has this deal with France cannot do business around the world with their natural resources without the first right of refusal with
First
France?
right of refusal is in
And they can
France's
still
hand.
tell them no.
They can still tell them no.
So if they've dug gold, coffee, cocoa,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
they go to France like, hey, you guys want this? And they say, nah. And they say, okay, we're going to sell it over here. France can still say, nah, you can't do that.
Yep.
So insane.
And all those nations still run on the French franc, which is also hilarious because even France has
Goes
the
on the
euro.
euro.
Exactly.
So wait, they buy money from France with their own natural
So, yeah,
resources.
and if they don't
that's not
comply-
even worth anything in France.
Yep. And if they don't comply, the faucet's turned off immediately.
Is it true most of France's financial wealth right now is still built on their deals
$500 billion a year
Wow.
from Africa?
from Africa.
Wow.
500. That's a lot
And
of
is
money.
it true that the deals are such that an African nation that has this deal with France cannot do business around the world with their natural resources without the first right of refusal with
First
France?
right of refusal is in
And they can
France's
still
hand.
tell them no.
They can still tell them no.
So if they've dug gold, coffee, cocoa,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
they go to France like, hey, you guys want...
What the hell? Hold on. In the drive-thru? Hold on. Let me out. Stop. Let me out. Hold up. What?
cheating.
Baby, you can.
That's so romantic.
Well, let me just be clear. I got into Harvard only because of affirmative action. I went to a school no one had ever heard of in Denver, Colorado, in a small suburb. I didn't go to Exeter or Andover.
Yeah,
I didn't have college test prep. I just happened to be really nerdy and smart and have really good grades and good SAT scores.
Right.
But someone came to Denver, Colorado to look for me. A Harvard recruiter flew to Denver, and I met up with her at the Village Inn restaurant and did a pre-interview to get to pull me into Harvard. I was pulled in, and the schools like Harvard and Yale that I got into affirmatively.
Yes.
And it was literally not saying we're going to take an unqualified person and put them in Harvard.
Yes.
We're going to take a very qualified person who we would never know existed and put them in Harvard. That's how I got there. That's how Ketanji got there. That's how Justice Jack.
Nice shave. That's my boy. That's my boy.
What's wrong? You keep running up to me. Show me. What's wrong?
Hey, I get some strawberry jelly, about 4 of them, some ketchup, and some
DoorDash saying that you.
But why did you have the nerve to come in my job talking to me when I was looking up a customer?
Because you had the nerve to report your food as never being received, so I can get in trouble and have to pay for it or lose my job.
I did not report nothing. If you have a problem, you need to contact DoorDash instead of coming in my job.
Well, don't report it as being.
Okay, well, like I said, you need to go.
So you're saying you got your food?
You need to leave me alone. That's what I'm saying.
You're saying you got your
Call the
food?
police.
That's
And
fine.
if
You
you're
can talk
recording
to.
me, I'm going to call the police. So please leave
That's
my
fine.
job.
I just need you to say that you got your food.
I need you to leave my job.
You can call the police. We can talk about fraud and all
I
that.
don't care what we can talk about, lady. You're in my job of business. Leave me alone. Period.
Bro, they need to stop using.
Man, y'all boys is nice. Hooping like that. I know that y'all got.
My newborn cousin
A
said.
lot of people are mad about affirmative action and are misinterpreting the research and data about it. Specifically,
Look, I
15%.
listened to this chick yesterday, bro. So she's wrong because so she pointed to the fact that there's still going to be less people of color going in with affirmative action. It's going to still be predominantly white with affirmative action. And then she said, yeah, so that was her point. But we got to go by qualifications, man. Like it has to come down to the qualifications set by the institution. And ultimately, if you don't meet the criteria, then you shouldn't be let in because everyone has their own criteria. So just go apply somewhere else. I don't see why certain slots have to be filled up by a certain group of people. I think it's just that would be racist if you reserve slots for a certain group of people. Like you gotta like set a criteria, and whoever makes the criteria makes the criteria. Like I don't understand. So this chick was wrong, and she was trying to use stats and numbers, but like she used selective stats and numbers to prove her point, but she wasn't looking at the whole picture, and that's where she fell short. So there's that. And I'm done. And I'm not watching that video. I'm not watching that video.
In between from picking an item to going into the tote. So every time they pick an item, they'll drop it in the tote, hit the button, and that pretty much restarts the clock for them. So I'm not sure what they get what they call.
Did he set it?
Did he put it underneath?
Yeah. He pulled something out.
The package. He tosses it underneath the bin.
Okay. Because he bent down right there, and it looked like he put something down low.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have a cleaning crew that cleans 24/7 around here, so they go.
They wouldn't think anything of it, yeah.
What's for breakfast?
What?
What's for breakfast?
Jacob, first you say good morning. Good morning, how are you?
Good.
And then we get...
You know, it's not as easy as it looks. Sometimes I get...
There is a 50% probability that we are going to see a nuclear incident before July 11th and 12th. Everything lines up perfectly. It all started about a week and a half ago when those two senators proposed a resolution that NATO would enter the Ukrainian conflict if there was any radiological incident that could possibly blow the wind in the direction of NATO countries. Of course, a nuclear incident in Ukraine. That's when all of this started. Then Zelensky starts on the mic a couple days later talking about warning us that Russia is getting ready to do a nuclear provocation at Zaporozhye. Understand what's coming on July 11th and 12th. It is one of the most significant NATO summits in a long time because it's going to be the one that determines the direction of this conflict and how much support they continue to offer Ukraine. Ukraine has given Europe an ultimatum, and I know that sounds weird. How could Ukraine give anybody an ultimatum in the position that they're currently in? Well, that's the way the world that works nowadays, apparently. Anyways, they've given them an ultimatum that if you don't give us security guarantees or a timeline, an actual timeline for a session into NATO, that we're not going to go, and if we don't go, then that means maybe we just let the Russians come in here and do what they want. And that's the end of the story, and Zelensky flies off to some island somewhere, and then guess what? Poland's got a problem. So NATO realizes this. They got to do something. Now, here is where it gets really, really suspicious, all right? Today, Ukrainian intelligence releases a report that says that Russia has told some of its staff that they need to evacuate the nuclear power plant by July the 5th. Now, they use the terms evacuate. And Russia has been suspiciously quiet about all of this. I will say, I personally think that Ukrainians are planning on doing something, and this is their final failsafe in case the counteroffensive doesn't go over well. But there's more. This is what I suspect is going to happen. General Milley comes on today, Mark Milley, the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in the United States, and he says that the counteroffensive is about to, gear up for full swing. And here's what I suspect may be what they're planning. They know they likely don't have the manpower. They certainly don't have the artillery. They don't have the military capability, at least at this point in time, as far as we know, as far as what we are told by the media and various open source intelligence sources. We don't know exactly what they have, but we know it likely can't match the Russians. So this is what I think they're going to do. I think they're going to try to do a significant counteroffensive in the Zaporozhye direction that might force some, I say some, limited retreat of the Russians in and around that region. Now, it's important to understand that the water levels are low. I obviously don't have a map here today, so I can't really show you. But the river, at least that part of the river, has been drained significantly. The reservoir has been depleted since the dam that was holding it back broke. That's why all of the cooling ponds in the biggest nuclear power plant in Europe that's been operational for nearly 40 years, so there's a lot of spent fuel in there. Well, now the Ukrainians are saying it's been mined, that they've mined the spent fuel. So here's what I suspect they're probably going to do. They're probably going to do a significant thrust in that direction. Maybe they're going to get some saboteurs. They're going to find a way to do some sort of explosive detonation in that region, which will be the radiological event that they need just in time for it to percolate for this summit in Vilnius and for it to be the main talking point. I mean, I can hear it right now. I can hear these 31 dignitaries from all these countries talking about the nuclear incident that just occurred and why we need to take action immediately or some sort of...
Hey, señor, ¿por qué es así? Estamos diciendo, toda la comunidad te está diciendo que no puedes estar aquí con ese crimen. Todos no van a querer vender, no van a querer trabajar. Váyase, por favor. Tú no estás trabajando como tú debes respetar a la gente.
Can someone please explain?
Hey, señor, ¿por qué es así? Estamos diciendo, toda la comunidad te está diciendo que no puedes estar aquí con ese crimen. Todos no van a querer vender, no van a querer trabajar. Váyase, por favor. Tú no estás trabajando como tú debes respetar a la gente.
We all know that the creator of Squid Game, Hwang Dong-hyuk, didn't even get close to rich from his own show. But now we know why, and apparently it's worse than we thought. A new LA Times report details how Squid Game raised Netflix's internal value by almost $1 billion. And as for Hwang, he actually forfeited all intellectual property rights and received no residuals. In short, Squid Game belongs to Netflix now. Hwang spent a decade trying to sell his story, which was one reason he was so eager to sign a contract. He was living with his mother and grandmother and at one point had to sell his laptop for $675 just to raise money. Netflix finally picked up the show, but in return, he forfeited all rights and royalties to what would become one of the streamer's biggest shows ever. He will be returning to work on season 2 though. Let's just hope he's making what he deserves this time. We all know that
Did the creator of Squid Game make money? How much did he make? So he pretty much just only got money up front. No clue.
Recently, China made history by launching its first ever locally built cruise liner that took 4 years to construct. Unlike most countries, which are happy with importing large cruise liners from international...
So Grace says that Asian Americans are being used as pawns and will be treated as scapegoats under the false assumption we will benefit. Asians are being used by the same people who purport to care about them getting into universities but are passing alien land laws preventing them from buying homes. Side note, that's actually happening here in Texas, where Asian communities are being targeted and not being allowed to purchase certain homes in certain areas. Newsflash, black people are not doing that to you. However, viet22 decides to say, Asians have been discriminated against in college admissions. We sued because it harms Asians. Ending affirmative action benefits Asians. Telling us we are pawns is demeaning and belittles our fight for our civil rights in America. I just want to know how you showed up to a fight and swung on the wrong people. You literally claim like you're fighting for civil rights for Asians in this country.
Shut up. Biatch! Bruh. Don't care.
Dude, we got my first Karen.
You too.
Literally walked into my house.
I know I'm walking to your house.
Did you just snitch on yourself? Wait a minute. Are you unknowingly admitting to a crime? Okay.
It's amazing.
I know, it is amazing. And we're going to report you. I'm now going to report this to the owner.
Can I report you for trespassing and being stupid? I swear, is this the normal thing now? Just trespassing to people's homes? I swear, there's a certain TikToker that did the exact same thing quite recently.
Because this is too much. You guys do this all the time.
Feel free.
So if you don't want people to come in, don't write entrance.
Why do you hate
Bring
music
top
so
third
much?
floor.
Okay, but who said that the entrance was meant for you?
Because you guys have been doing this all the time.
Hey, you know, you could have just knocked on the door, rang the doorbell, we would have turned
Oh,
around.
no. We did. We did. You guys didn't hear it.
In the 19th century, slavery was legal in many countries. So buying and selling people was considered part of the free market order. Yeah? But that free market order meant total unfreedom for the enslaved people. Yeah? This idea that freedom is good and therefore free market must be good actually made this insanity possible. Yeah? Because once you define some people as chattel, as property, then trying to prevent that transaction, abolishing slavery, was an act against the free market. Yeah? Also, you have...
Do you dare to try to eat strange food from Taiwan? A ramen shop in...
What the fuck? What?
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter?
Yeah.
We just black. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really black. I'm brown. I don't know why they call me black. You know what I'm saying? I ain't black. I'm brown. You know what I'm saying? White people ain't even white people. They tan. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Black Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter.
That's all you need to know.
You spend 5 hours every day in the gym building your chest so that you wear singlet and walk about and show people chest. How much do they give you for big chest? At best, they hire you as a bouncer. You become...
Why are you guys putting rocks over there?
That's illegal.
Let's get it back in the parking lot spot properly, please.
All right,
trying to think of some BS response when they come out. What are you doing in my car? What are we doing? We're a mechanic service. We're a
improper parking service.
Improper parking.
We're with the IPP. The improper parking.
Huh? Those guys.
She saw this.
You're staying right here? I think so, yeah.
Turn that man's car around?
That turned it around?
Yeah.
No, I just pulled up here. I haven't gone inside yet.
Okay.
Why am I accused of it?
Somebody in the song in there is claiming to have seen.
Why are you guys putting rocks over there? That's not cleaning up. You're putting rocks over there on purpose. Why are you putting them right there, though? Because you know people are going to be at Nathan Phillips Square. You should be putting rocks right there. That's on purpose. That's on purpose. You're putting rocks over there on purpose, right there. You shouldn't be putting rocks over there. If the city's going to come clean that up, it's not your job. It's not your job. I work for the city, so it's not your job to put rocks over there. You're doing that on purpose. Bullshit. Yo! Wow! Look at this. I can't believe this. Honestly, this is sad. You guys are Canadian. You guys are doing this. This is sad, man. This is really sad. On purpose, right there in the middle of the street. You're honestly putting rocks over there? Come on, miss. Come on, miss. Have some heart. Have some heart, miss. You're not cleaning it up. You're putting that on purpose. Let's be real. I'm not here harassing you guys. I'm being very respectful. But you're doing that on purpose. Let's be real. You're not even... Come on, man. You're welcome. Go ahead. Thank you. Look at these guys. They're all over the place. Rolling up. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great... In that favor, as I said, because it's like... Let's do it. Let's do this photo. All right.
These are the type of things that, I love how a community comes together.
No problem. Let's do it. Peace.
No, no worries. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Yeah. All right. Come on in.
Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. All right, you too.
I'm very well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you. All these rocks up. These are big rocks too. Look how big these are. How the hell did this end up over here? This doesn't make sense. What the? Oh, my ass, this thing's not coming. Can you guys help me? Put these rocks in the garbage, please? Thank you.
Pretty surprised they had no idea that one of their classmates here was actually...
What should a nation do if it wants to win a tech race against another nation? Developing the latest technology should be the only thing that can save a nation from losing. But the US thinks sanctions can help it win the chip race. After the sanction, the bans are USA's favorite weapon to win against China's chip technology.
This Chinese stir fry features...
That go right there. That go right there. Okay, that's zoned up. Hey, Mike. Yo. Hey, what time you going to lunch? Hurry up and tell me. You know they don't want us talking over the aisles. What time are you going to lunch? Shoot, about 3. Oh, okay, bet. Wow, yeah, I'm about up? to go in about 15 minutes. Oh, okay, bet. Yeah, 15 minutes. I'm gonna let you know when I go though. I'm gonna let you know. Dallas Jeff got you running. Shoot. Okay, he got you doing A and C. Yeah. Okay.
ESPN thinks they're slick. They just let go of Max Kellerman, a staple at ESPN over the last 6 to 8 years on Sports Nation, First Take with Stephen A. Smith, and we all know how that ended. Oh, and they're also getting rid of Jalen Rose, somebody who's been involved at ESPN for a very long direction. That's what they are doing. We all know they're hooking up. We all know the reason why she got divorced to Jalen Rose was because of this man right here. Stephen A. Smith, the man with no hairline, stole Molly from the man with the GOAT hairline. That is so crazy to me. And I'm sure they don't feel comfortable at their workplace with Jalen and Max here, knowing the sneaky stuff they done. And Jeff Van Gundy just caught us straight. Damn. Rid of their ops. That's what they are doing. They are running everything at. We know the truth. We all know the truth. These two right here, man, they are running everything at ESPN. They are calling the shots and they are getting rid of their ops. That's what they are doing. We all know they're hooking up. We all know the reason why she got divorced to Jalen Rose was because of this man right here. Stephen A. Smith, the man with no hairline, stole Molly from the man with the GOAT hairline. That is so crazy to me. And I'm sure they don't feel comfortable at their workplace with Jalen and Max here, knowing the sneaky stuff they done. And Jeff Van Gundy just caught us.
Delicious. 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 La-di-da-di-da-da. La-di-da-di-da-da. La-di-da-di. Delicious. Delicious.
Chicken, the pizza.
He called him a fat black dude.
You are dark, you are unphysical! What the hell is your...
My job is to find missing people. After this case, I've never been this...
A white person who graduated from Harvard Law School in 2022, and let's talk about why getting rid of affirmative action is bullshit. And I don't mean bullshit from a legal perspective, though it is also bullshit from a legal perspective. Google's stare decisis because apparently the majority of the Supreme Court can't do so. I'm just kidding, they know exactly what they're doing. But I mean in terms of the metrics by which we gauge merit.
Shut up!
You take debit? Okay, good, because I ain't have it yesterday. And I don't got it today, and I'm probably not going to have it tomorrow. But just in case I do, I'm glad to know you guys take debit payments. That way I can, you know. But listen, so this way you make your job easier. Like, you don't gotta, don't let them have you just keep calling me, because I ain't got it.
I'm worried about is that the rule that you're advocating, that in the context of a whole...
How many refugees has Poland taken?
0.
And you're proud of that?
If you are asking me, if you're asking me about Muslims illegal immigration, none, not even one will come to Poland. Not even one if it's illegal. We took over 2 million Ukrainians who are working, who are peaceful in Poland. We will not receive even one Muslim because this is what we promised.
But I asked
this
not about illegal
failed.
immigrants, I asked about refugees. And Jean-Claude Juncker, the Commission President, says that you're racist. You sound proud of the fact that you haven't taken any refugees.
Whoa!
Of course, because this is what our people are expecting from our government. That's number one. This is why our government was elected. This is why Poland is so safe. This is the reason why we had not even one terrorist attack. Look at the streets in Poland, and we can be called populists, nationalists, racist.
Everybody says that we hear about the 08 Celtics championship too much. And I think they're right. Not that this wasn't impressive, but just these guys get the most mileage out of one championship than anyone else. So that got me thinking, who gets the most mileage out of other stuff? I think Rose probably gets the most mileage out of winning an MVP. And that's not his fault. It's not like a Celtics situation where he's
Does China have the power and political tactical capabilities to get things done however it wants? Well, after recent events, the answer turns out to be yes. Earlier, China stayed inactive in international politics, focusing on its economy. But now, it has risen as a big superpower, controlling countries like the US and UK. Already, China made the US back off from its offensive policy about Taiwan. Not only that, but it made the US come...
The baby hippo is exploring her world. The restraint of the crocodile seems out of character. But with 2 tons of devoted mother nearby, she's free to treat crocodiles with the same bold familiarity as the adult hippos do. These great artists of violence are obliged to hold a kindly pose as the hippo child wanders in her playground of gently smiling dragons and slobbers on their tails.
Bro, even the monkeys are out there now.
A yellow-billed kite checks the pool for an easy meal and sights a dead fish.
You endorse free health care, free college, and free child care. How do you plan on paying for this without creating a bigger deficit than we already have? And I'm not sure that the wealthy tax would ever pass where 50% of Congress are wealthy people.
Good point. Okay, first of all, let's take on that word free. This is not free. This is your own tax dollars that are paying for these things. That's first of all. Second of all, how did they pay for that $2 trillion tax cut in 2017, where 83 cents of every dollar went to the highest earners and the richest corporations? It is now established it will never pay for itself. The canard was, oh, you let these people have all that money, they will reinvest, they will create jobs. That is not what happened. They do not reinvest. Their business model is not job creation, it is job elimination. That money went to their stockholders and to stock buybacks. Take the trillions of dollars spent in Afghanistan for 20 years longer than we should have been, and that was such a spectacular failure. Look at the trillions of dollars spent in Iraq. We're already spending money. That is wasted money. That is tragically misspent money. Money that has caused tremendous damage.
Emmy, psst. Emmy, yo, Emmy, yo, Emmy, hey, look, I'm sorry to bother you, but quick question. When you lick me, are you taste testing me, or are you licking me because you know I have a bone in my body?
What time is it?
Emmy, psst. Emmy, yo, Emmy, yo. Emmy, hey, look, I'm sorry to bother you, but quick question. When you lick me, are you...
You may have heard the term, I have no... This story's so awkward. You may have heard the term, I have no enemies on TikTok recently. It's a powerful statement that I believe we can all learn from. When you hold on to anger and resentment to us in the end, by choosing to let go, you can live a more peaceful and fulfilling life. Rather about choosing to approach conflicts with a spirit. This story's so awkward. So this guy, Michael, he moves into a new apartment in San Francisco last year. He meets his neighbor, a Hindu priest named Jeff. And Jeff tells Michael about a relief.
I left Islam. Yeah.
And whoever turns away from my remembrance, indeed he will have a depressed life.
But alhamdulillah, you know, I pray every day for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to take away my anxiety, take away my depression, take away my fear, and I've never felt better in my entire life. I've kicked all antidepressant medications out of my life. I don't touch weed, I don't touch alcohol, I don't fornicate, I don't masturbate, I don't take anything. Like, I'm sober off life right now, alhamdulillah, and I'm feeling better than I ever could.
Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all. Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all. Tonight, Gotham's relying on...
First of all, no racial group is a...
Tonight, Gotham's relying on one man to save us all. Tonight, Gotham's relying on...
First of all, no racial group is a monolith. There are Asians who study hard, there are Asians who don't. There are black people who study hard, and there are black people who don't. And second of all, can we take a step back and recognize how ridiculous it is to compare racial groups in a country that have completely different backgrounds and histories? But in the US, among high selectivity immigrants, African immigrants actually have a higher education level than East Asian immigrants, and in particular Nigerian immigrants have a higher education level than Chinese and South Korean immigrants. So it has nothing to do with Asian or black. But do you know why we started comparing Asians and black people in the United States? It's because in the 1950s and 60s, when the United States was engaging in military actions in Korea, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos, bringing democracy to Asia and fighting against communism, as the civil rights movement gained in momentum and attention, people around the world started wondering, with all of the racism and injustice in the United States, who are Americans to go to any other country and tell them how to be? So the United States said, no, Chinese Americans and Japanese Americans are being great. You can look. They're not protesting. They're quiet, they're working hard, they're living their lives, and they're doing fine. The problem is the loud, angry, protesting black people. And do you notice how the model minority myth only ever goes in one direction to make black people look bad? Because let's take the model Asian who studies religion.
Oh, God.
And you're in a relationship. Do you feel
God,
like you're a
I
good
keep
partner?
hearing this garbage.
I don't know who doing this, but I'm asking y'all, can y'all please stop? I give up. Every time I go on Spotify and type in doodle emojis, now my name pop up. Or if I go in there and I type in doodle, my name pop up on Spotify. And then I go on my page and y'all done edited my song somehow, some weird way. And it got... I'm asking y'all, can y'all please stop, bro? Like, it's just like little YouTube beef. It ain't. That's tough. I don't know who doing this, but I'm asking y'all, can y'all please stop? I give up. Every time I go on Spotify and type in doodle emojis, now my name pop up.
Everybody just loves a winner. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around a man who's lost his mind. So you really find out who your friends are. People who call you in distress when you're down and you're out and you don't have any more to offer to them. So then on the comeback, I have the smallest team ever. The people who were there for me when I was gone, when I was out. So yeah, I keep it nice and small. I'm happy for every day. And whatever happens in life happens. I don't care. Everybody just loves a winner. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around a man who's lost his mind. So you really find out who your friends are. People who call you in distress when you're down and you're out and you don't have any more to offer to them. So then on the comeback, I have the smallest team ever. The people who were there for me when I was gone, when I was out. So yeah, I keep it nice and small. I'm happy for every day. And whatever happens in life happens. I don't care. Everybody just loves a winner. Nobody wants to be around a loser. Nobody wants to be around a man who's lost his mind. So you really find out who your friends are. People who call you in distress when you're down and you're out and you don't have any more to offer to them. So then on the comeback, I have the smallest team ever. The people who were there for me when I was gone, when I was out. So yeah. Oh my God. Everybody just loves a winner. Nobody.
Oh my God, oh stop it! Oh, leave him alone! Why is another one helping? Help him! Run, baby, run, baby, run! Oh, what the Oh no, stop it! Oh my God, oh my God! Run, do it! Run, baby, run! Help him! Help him! No! Oh God, what the hell? I think I'm both going against him. No, one's trying to protect him. Why would they do that? Is it a male? Yeah, he's trying to kill off somebody. Another.
Oh my gosh.
But why kill the baby?
Because it's a male.
Is it someone else?
Someone else's.
Oh. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, stop it.
Oh, leave him alone. Why is another one helping?
Help him.
Run, baby, run, baby. Oh, God.
Oh, what the
What are they doing? Are you gonna fix?
Any thoughts on global warming?
It's hot.
It's hot?
What is global warming? Is it cold or is it hot?
It's hot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The planet is burning up.
Right. Because it's messing up. Because our ozone layer is disappearing.
Right.
It's not protecting us from the certain rays that's coming down on us.
That's right.
I know.
You're gonna get skin cancer.
Right, I know. But, you know, black people is like a little different.
Thank you. Any thoughts on global warming?
It's hot.
It's hot?
What is global warming? Is it cold or is it hot?
It's hot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
The planet is burning up.
Right. Because it's messing up. Because our ozone layer is disappearing.
Right.
It's not protecting us from the certain rays that's coming down on us.
That's right.
I know.
You're gonna get skin cancer.
Right, I know. But, you know, black people is like a little different.
Thank you. Any thoughts on global warming?
It's hot.
It's hot?
What is global
Bro, this
warming?
man's
Is
just
it
trying to
cold
scare
or is it
people, bro.
hot?
It's hot.
Yeah.
I ordered a Big Mac with extra sauce.
Yeah, I seen this one.
I ordered a Big Mac with extra.
Yes? Is that extra? Is that... Yes or no?
No. That's
If
extra.
you're not going to communicate,
This
if
is
you're not going to
separate.
communicate with me,
I'm communicating with you.
is that sauce?
Yes.
Is it extra?
No, it's separate.
It's separate, but is
Okay,
it extra?
But it's not extra because the extra would be in the burger.
No, the extra. It doesn't matter if the extra is in the sky. It's extra. It's extra. It doesn't matter.
Oh my god! It could be on a boat, it's extra, bro!
You say that you're a Democrat, but you're getting a lot of support from a lot of leading voices on the right, like Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson.
So this is Saber, correct. And this is also...
So insecure. Crawling in my skin. This way before. So insecure. Crawling in my skin. This way before. So insecure. Crawling in my skin. This way before. So insecure.
Pavu and your friends decided to go have brunch, but then... Pavu and your friends decided to go have brunch, but then...
So she has announced that basically, you know, she got plugged up by the BBC. So some nigga named Jason Love has piped her the fuck out, obviously with Adam's blessing. Adam, who has been resistant to the idea of other men fornicating with his woman, even though let's be very honest, Adam was giving a lot of cuck energy when I first met him. I always told y'all the video's there to prove it. Adam said, yo, Ack, do you want to fuck? I'll give you the blessing. Obviously, he grew in love with the woman and, you know, he rescinded all of that. So she has announced that basically, you know, she got plugged up by the BBC. So some nigga named Jason Love has piped her the fuck out, obviously with Adam's blessing. Adam, who has been resistant to the idea of other men fornicating with his woman, even though, let's be very honest, Adam was giving a lot of cuck energy when I first met him. I always told y'all the video's there to prove it. Adam said, yo, Ack, do you want to fuck? I'll give you the blessing. Obviously, he grew in love with the woman and, you know, he rescinded all of that. So she has announced that basically, you know, she got plugged up by the BBC. So some nigga named Jason Love has piped her the fuck out, obviously with Adam's blessing. Adam, who has been resistant to the idea of other men fornicating with his woman, even though, let's be very honest, Adam was giving a lot of cuck energy when I first...
During your speech, you made a lot of references to Jewish.
Then snaps it outside to Wiggins. Goes by.
Why are you speaking?
I think you need.
What the oh shit. What the oh shit. What the oh shit. What the oh shit.
When you go to Home Depot parking lot, what you find?
A bunch of Mexican dudes looking for work.
Mexican who?
Dudes.
So I'm telling
More
her,
often than not.
since you want to act like a man, take your to motherfucking Home Depot where the men at and go to work. He takes the shit and turns it into something racial. It's nothing racial about in Hispanics picking up work at Home Depot. I know every
Okay,
dish.
there's nothing racial about
about
Hispanics looking for work at the Home Depot. I mean, you just said
It's
Hispanics. It's not a stereotype of white or black people,
Bro,
right?
this is not a stereotype. It's a real hustle.
Right, and we all respect it.
Anybody who has created, right, and marketed themselves, minus social media, minus billboards, just through word of mouth, to all races. If you need labor, you can go find it between the hours of 6 a.m. and noon at Home Depot. Right? I commend.
You think you cheat and it's just me what?
Break it! Break it now, you are doing well. No, break it. Break it! Why break it, guys? Come on, break it. No, come on, break it. Now you stop. Come on. Where you go? Come. Come, are you running? Hey, come here. Come here.
You think you cheat and it's just me what?
Break it! Break it now, you are doing well. No, break it. Why break it, guys? Come on, break it.
Moscow still seems a little shaken up by this punch.
He said one sentence with an obscenity in there. You hit my blank car. And I replied, no, you hit my car. And that's when he...
Just moments before that, it was a normal afternoon. He was driving on Mopac at Steck.
All of a sudden, there's a car coming into my lane. I slam on the horn, hit the brakes, but it's unfortunately too late at that point.
Even then, Avery says he didn't think it was a big deal.
It's a minor collision at that point.
But the driver kept driving until Avery says he got his attention and they pulled into the shopping center at Capital of Texas Highway and 183.
We pull into the shopping center as casual as...
This is why men don't read romance books, because men written in them are...
This is a must-try breakfast in Vietnam. Bánh mì chảo.
Cherry Wind. why you tripping, bro. Eyes. Don't really like her. We're friends for the most. hand is itchy. exotic as fuck. I'm winning this one, guys. So good. attention. Oh, alright, whatever. See y'all later. Peace.